Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the members only live stream. As promised, I decided I was going to start doing members only live streams for all of you. Not only to thank you for being members to the channel, but also to let you know how appreciated you are, and also to have you all give me input. I enjoy doing the content, but I especially enjoy it when I know you all like it. There are some content I like to do, the science ones, the math ones. I understand a lot of people aren't into that much, and that's okay because I really leave that for anyone who wants to know how to do things in the future. So I want that there to be evergreen content. So if you want to know what to do with, specific gravity, or why the sigma works in certain circumstances and not, and all that, it's all there. But I really want to get to a point where I'm giving you all stuff that you want. And one thing I learned about a month ago was some of you were so good at letting me know what you wanted. For instance, Aspiring Alchemist said she wanted to see some more Lynette Zhang videos. And I have reached out to Lynette, and we are talking about doing another program. In this case, I'm going to be introducing her to Chris Pritt, provided everything goes well. And so far, it looks like it is, so that Chris can have more people to help bring sound money to West Virginia, and Lynette can spread her wisdom to someone who has to be able to know how to combat the opposition, which will be the bankers. And so that was just one of many. But before I go any further, bring you all our members. This is members only. I wanted to thank everyone for being here. David Carlisle, Larry Singh, Metal Matt, my buddy Frostbite, Amy Harrell. Let's see who else is here. Daryl USA. By the way, if I miss anyone, please bring it to my attention or say hi for me. I think I got everyone. So welcome to the members only live stream. I'm going to put here in the chat, and I'm going to pin it, because I don't have Zoom, and I don't have Google Meet. In fact, I was going to go on Google Meet with Surfer yesterday, and I'm having issues, so I didn't go on. So I might invest in that in the future. Maybe yes, maybe no. But the advantage of Zoom is that you could talk. Same thing with Google Meet. But I brought it up this way because I don't have that technology yet. And if you you can come up on panel, bring your topics as many times as you want for while we're doing our meeting. I was thinking maybe about an hour. So come up here, say what you want to say, ask the questions you want to ask, put in some input, what you want to see as content that you would find interesting, and we can go from there. So I want to thank my buddy Frostbite for showing up, who helps me with my technology, or lack thereof. Hey, Frosty, how you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I'm doing okay. It was a little bit of a lazy day. I think the cold, wet air got to me. How about was your day today?
Oh man, I have been burning the candle at both ends. So first off, if you're in chat and you've been to Surfer's stream or Tiger stream or my stream, you'll see that I was push. And everybody got me to 69.97. So 3 away from my 2025 goal. Today I just slept. I didn't do anything else. I was like, I'm not streaming. I need to unplug and just get in. And so it was just a very restful day. So not much of anything today.
Well, I worked on a video and also a short, uh, and I didn't get a whole lot done. I went to bed, woke up hours later, went into the study to get everything started, and fell asleep sitting up. So basically, I just kept hydrating until I felt better. So I think we both had a lazy day.
There is nothing wrong with that. And again, I see 949 in here. 949 did me an absolute solid one of the streams. So thank you. But again, to everybody who's in chat, we are in multiple streams. We see a lot of things. I want to ask them a question. Is that okay, Tiger? Do you mind?
Go for it.
Tiger has done a number of things this year. He's talked about
I
science.
did not. That was my sister.
And you got two family photos there on the table, I see.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? She's a beast, man. She's a real beast.
I don't know her. I can't speak to it. It's just a joke because I know you referenced her as that. But here's the question. You in chat, you've listened to Tiger streams, whether it be Stack Elector or whether it be just Tiger doing his thing. What would you guys say was your most favorite episode? What was the one that you were like, this is his thing? This is really what Tiger likes to do. Can you guys just, maybe it was the rigged, maybe it was something else. Maybe it was the love he has for the um oh, what is that thing called?
Math?
No, it starts with a
Science?
G.
Grandsons?
Man, no, what is it? Goldbacks. There you go. Come on, dude. That
I'm
was funny.
surprised you actually said the word. That's like filthy four-letter words in your mouth.
But see, that's what I'm trying to gather is what was your favorite part of the community this year? What did you guys really enjoy? That's what I want to hear from you guys. Because when Tiger and I've done everything. We've done numismatic, we've done bullion, we've done faith-based, we've done SHTF, we've done all sorts of things. One of the things I just enjoy is the conversation, right? That's, you guys will hear me say that all the time. I enjoy conversation. And what do you guys like to talk about? You know what I mean? Those are the kind of questions that Tiger and I are asking tonight, because those those build memories, those build enjoyment times, those build great. Exactly, right? The things he's done with Lynette Zhang. And what this will help do is number one, do content that you guys really enjoy. Focus first on the viewer, right? We've talked about that. Yeah, Michael and Nancy, Rig Nation, absolutely. But what really is it about the channel that you like? And because Tiger wants to aim, and Tiger, I don't want to speak for you, but wants to aim that direction. And so asking that question, I think, gives an opportunity for you guys to really voice in right now.
I've also done some where I've poured some silver products, and I've done product reviews, different types of furnaces and different types of ways to analyze your metals. And there's a lot of different avenues I've gone down, and I really want to hit on things that you all want. Maybe periodically go into some things that I still think are important. Maybe the science of the metals or whatever. They won't be a big thing because you all don't come watch them that much. So basically, I
There
want
goes 949.
Oh, 949. Thank you so very much. Wow. Thank you. And then,
Vincent, Robot Toaster, David Carlisle, T-Bird,
oh,
Ken
there's that.
Wall, Bait the Hook, Sue B, Savvy Stacker, Mike for Democracy, and Sublime Madog. Dude, you rock, man. You're a
Thank you.
stud.
I was looking at the wrong screen. That doesn't show up on screen there. That shows up on YouTube. No, which is, by the way, thank you very much, Frosty, for getting me to get a second monitor so I can split everything. It
Yeah,
works.
absolutely.
I'm actually going to once, because this studio here is in my man cave, and you all know that. But I have a study that I have a really comfy chair. The chair here isn't quite so comfy. And my goal is to move all the studio stuff into the study and use a second desk to recreate the studio. So once I do that, I'm going to add another TV monitor on there and really drive myself crazy, because you've always told me having a computer monitor and one more is helpful, but when you go to three, it gets confusing. So
It can, yeah. I run 3 depending upon what I'm doing. If I am sharing a bunch of screens and looking at different content and evaluating something with somebody, I'm using every piece of real estate on 3 screens. But it becomes very problematic when you have multiple windows and you can't find the one like StreamYard. Um, so you have to set it up smartly and know what's going on. It becomes, the more technology you add, the more you have to learn and maintain. So become really proficient with what you do before you step up.
understood. I will tell you that when I take my medical classes, because I have to take these tests, we all do. And fortunately, ever since COVID, they started doing more virtual, which is really grateful, because I don't have to spend money for airplane and hotel and restaurant food and all that. I can do it all at home. But with the 2 screens, I can use one to research an answer for the questions while I watch the timer on the other screen. So that was very, very helpful when I ended up doing that. So, you really did help me a lot with that. Yeah, and in the non-YouTube world too. Um, Aspiring Alchemist, I did see back in the past. I did see Stormy's setup. That looks highly confusing. And he also has these gizmos there that he pushes the button, and you get to see the different animations and people sniping each other and hitting each other. So yeah, I've seen that, and I've seen the one for Seekers. His is really complex, and I've seen Yankees. His is really complex. Um, I don't think I'm going to be able to get to those levels, or at least not for a while. But it's going to be challenging, because I really want to get to doing some really great content. And it's really interesting, because not being the tech person that this fella is over here, um, I have to learn things sometimes really the hard way. So, and this guy can tell you that I've pretty much beat my head against a few thousand YouTube brick walls.
Yeah, there's been a couple.
More than a couple. I think I probably busted down a whole entire neighborhood. So, but no, I continue to want to do that, because even though I'm not so techy, I am a hard worker. I am a workaholic. I am a perfectionist, and I want to do better. So, hey, Joey Brown. So, I want you all to go ahead and hit that pin. This is for you. Okay. I want you all to come up as many times as you want. Bring your questions to the table. Put your questions on the table. We'll try to answer them. Tell me what you want to see. I know AA wants to see more Lynette Zhang. Already working on it. I will tell you that I released a short and a post within the last 24 hours. I don't know if any of you know this person's name, and his name's Jesse Day. He runs a YouTube educational channel called Commodity Culture, where he talks about precious metals a lot, but he also talks about other things in the commodity sector, the geopolitics, and how everything's affected by it. He does a really, really good job. And I accidentally found him because I saw YouTube flashed my first teacher on the screen. He interviewed her, and I watched. Now she brought up something, and he just giggled. She brought up a bag of hopium. Now the fun thing about this is, on my first interview I ever had with Lynette, I already made a bag of hopium with a label that wasn't quite so bold, and she just loved it. So I sent it to her along with some silver pours that I made and sent to her as a big thank you. When you know, this is the thing she loved the most. It's always on her desk. She brings it up periodically, and Jesse just giggled and giggled. And from that moment on, I started watching Commodity Culture and loved it ever since. So his video is ready to be dropped next week. And I got another person I'm going to interview hopefully this weekend. Plus, I'm also talking to Chris Pritt to get him introduced to Lynette Zhang and to Goldbacks, and bring him up again with Daniel Diaz, because I really want him to be successful, and I want West Virginia to get sound money, but I also want you all to learn from this and get sound money in your states for those of you who don't have it. So that's one of the areas I was going to go in, and I hope you all are totally okay with that. See here, Amy says something, survival strategy to cope with the situation we are now in now with multiple issues. We can still navigate swiftly with honesty in the IDD times we are living through. What's IDD? Is that a mistype or is that something else?
I think she means odd.
Oh, okay. Well, I can do some videos on survivalistic issues. I can show you the non-perishable food that I have here at the house. My wife and I are talking about putting solar to the house, but she's not a big fan of the price. So we're talking about what can be done with that. Though I can present some prepping type of videos if you all want that. You know, let's see here. Let me write that down. Prepping videos. Lynette, which we already know about. Don't know what that is. Glaucomia issues. Do you know what that is? Glaucomia.
Glaucoma.
Glaucoma. Oh. Okay. Amy, if you want to elaborate what you all want to know about glaucoma.
I think she has issues.
Oh, I thought
When
you
she's
wanted me
talking
to,
about the typing, yeah, I think you misunderstood.
I thought you wanted me to talk about glaucoma. Okay. So prepping issues, okay. I'll get some of those set up. But best places to sell our stacks. Okay, there's an idea. Okay. Medical preps. I can look into that. Larry Singh says, if you do solar, check out base battery backup, cheap electric rates. I've got solar and getting base installed in March. Larry, would you ever consider coming on a stream and or even doing a video so we can talk about that, see what you got going on? So I mean that would be since it seems to be an area that you're very knowledgeable about, I wouldn't mind actually doing a project with you. Just let me know. Okay. Well, Larry, send me an email to thetigerstacker@gmail.com and let me have your contact information and I'll reach out to you. Maybe we can come up with a plan. Base solar. There's an idea. Okay. Anything you got on mind, Frosty?
Not really. I mean, you and I have talked about some of the things that we can do. We had a good discussion about pre-33 a little while ago.
Oh, we did.
We've talked about a number of different things that we can discuss. I don't want to drop too much because we're the content providers. So
True.
But yeah, I think just keep doing what we're doing and plugging away, and hopefully the algorithm starts picking the stack electors and your channel up a little bit more.
Oh,
We'd
yeah.
like to see some definite growth in your channel this year.
You know, I think you were right about it because prior to the cancer diagnosis, I was working too much and working for a company that would not give me a break. You know, every time I wanted to go home, they just kept push, more. So I wasn't putting out a lot of content simply because I was working a very busy ER in New Mexico and was exhausted. It was everything I could do to get out what I wanted because I wanted to do 2 videos and a live stream. And sometimes just getting out 1 video a week was just everything I could do. Then when the jobs didn't want to keep me working because they didn't want to work an ER doctor who's a 1099 independent contractor who's getting chemotherapy, I thought, okay, well, I'll have more time to do more content until I realized that the chemotherapy knocked me around like a golf ball. So, you know, I was still not producing as much as I wanted. You know, my last chemo was on December 1st, and I've been getting stronger. And if you'll notice, I've been putting out more content. So that's really improved. You were right about all that, Frosty. It was the work and it was the chemo.
Whenever you have a bunch of competing priorities or a bunch of competing tasks that take your mind off of the fun things in life, those fun things are going to disappear. They're going to decrease. So one of the things that you have to look at is work-life balance. Sometimes, as much as we enjoy doing it, YouTube is second to health and family. So if you can keep that in mind, you can create a balance. And your balance for a long time was work. And you're realizing now, we've talked about this a lot. I really enjoy spending time with the wife. I really enjoy spending, being around her. I really enjoy going to movies. I really enjoy doing this stuff. And so as those priorities change, as those items shift, you'll see different things in your life pick up or drop. And in this case, you're seeing your channel uptick a little bit. One, you're happier. You're putting in more stuff. You're not putting in as many hours. And number two, you are much, even though you're going through a lot, you have a good social construct. You have a good social support. You're aware of what's happening. You're taking steps to improve health and things of that nature. So you're dealing with a lot of things, and this is the one thing that helps you balance that. So as you shift through life, those things will change. And recognizing that and understanding that, you begin to realize that, yeah, you know what? I want my channel to grow. But here's the question, like what I did the last 14 days. I was so wiped out today. I slept until 2 p.m. I'm usually one of these people. It's like 6 o'clock. I got up, tried to get up. I was like, I can't do it. I created a thumbnail, posted it, went to bed, woke up at 2
Mhm.
p.m. I lost an entire day off with my wife. Was it worth it? No. Now, I got to have dinner with my wife and spend time with her and stuff like that. So it balances out. But I had to make that purposeful because I had chose to do something else for a period of time. So just make sure that when you're looking at this, you always keep a constant balance. And this goes for anybody in chat. Balance in your life is the utmost important, and you have to focus on health as much as you do fun. And so just keep those in mind. And I think you've recognized a lot of that, Tiger. You've done a lot of growing in the last 3-4 months.
You're talking about the channel, my personality.
Personality, you as a person have grown a lot in the last few months.
Well, thank you. I'll take that as a compliment.
It's meant to be.
Let's see here. Good point, Larry. Good point. So one of the things I also want to point out is this fella is very close to 7,000 subscribers. And I know this is just a members only, and a lot of you may already be members with him. A lot of you may already be subscribers with him. I'm going to put out a request for those of you who have not subscribed. Please go subscribe to Frostbite. It'd be kind of cool. He's so very close to 7,000. How close are you now?
2 away.
2. If there's 2 in the chat here that haven't subscribed to Frosty, that'll get him into the 7,000 mark. And make sure when you hit the subscribe button, please hit the bell notification, go watch a video, leave a comment. That will tell the YouTube algorithm that you're not a bot, you're a real person, and they won't take you away. Thank you, AA, for putting in the link for Frosty.
What's going on, Space Miner?
Hey, Space Miner, welcome. Oh, I had a great time with Space Miner and Long Lived. They did a big giveaway of silver and, yes, gold backs and osmium, and I hung out with them, and I ended up getting like 5 or 7 subscribers.
Nice.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. I was hanging out with them, just enjoyed the chat, and they were putting in plugs for Ian Everard, which he is a really good bullion dealer and has been very good to myself and my wife, and he'll be good to other people too. So feel free to go see him. He
Hey,
knows.
Tiger.
Yeah,
I'm at 7K.
dude. Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Now I need to go look at the subscribers and sort it in detail and find out who that last person was.
Oh, dude. That's nice.
Let me go play with that and see if I can figure out how to do that.
Oh, yeah, you have to. I play with silver and math, and you play with computers.
So
Go ahead.
go ahead. No, go ahead.
No, I lost my train of thought as soon as you talked.
Sorry about that.
No problem. What were you going to say?
It doesn't register. I won't find out for a couple days.
Oh, okay.
Thank you guys. I appreciate you all. Yeah, I set that at 2024 when we rolled into 2025 that my goal was to get to 7,000, between 7 and 7,500. 7,000 was my goal. 7,500 would have been the peak of what I thought I could have got to. And 3 days over. I'm really, really happy with that. So you guys have all been a huge part in making that channel grow. So I appreciate you.
Yeah, that's really great. I'll catch up sooner or later. You would
Oh,
figure.
you'll get there. You'll get there. You'll catch on. And the problem is, and we talked about this, you are in a niche with some big hitters. And um, the big hitters draw attention. People like, and again, I don't remember who said one thing they enjoyed about you. I think it was Daryl USA was your personality. When people find it, they will hang around. The problem is finding it. Sometimes you like what they say, but you don't necessarily like who they are and things of that nature. But it's definitely one of those things that is just um, it takes a while,
It does.
you know, um,
You'll,
and
you'll get up there.
you'll get there, right? And it's just one of those things that when you have to look at yourself and go, okay, what do I do? And I don't know how many of you are content providers. I know there's a few of you on here, but if you're looking at your stuff, okay, so can I take 5 minutes to deviate?
Of course.
Okay, so this is, you hear the tone change, of course. It's like, oh crap, here he goes again. Um, if you're content creators and you're stuck, then you need to look at the content that doesn't get views and quit doing that content. Go find those pieces of content that do really, really well and watch them. What did I do different? How did I do it differently? What was the comment? What was the time of day? And you'll begin to uncover little patterns. Once you find it, you'll start to grow and you'll start looking at your numbers. This is something that I've done. I actually have been building a plan for 2026, a 52-week calendar for a video and live stream focus for every week. You'll start to, you don't necessarily have to go that far out, but I want to make sure I know exactly what I'm talking about. So when Monday rolls around after the weekend, I can go straight into what I'm doing. Because what I found, it was when I was doing that in the past, my channel was growing quick. And when I deviated from it, it started to slow down again. Now you go through cycles anyway, but really look at, why were you doing really well? What got you there? Was it you were on a bunch of channels? Were you engaging a bunch of people? What was it? How did you get there? Because you look at people like Freaking Awesome. Freaking Awesome is in everybody's stream pushing out content. He's subscribed everywhere. The guy's got what, 5,000 subscribers or something like that. And so just by supporting people. So really look at why you got a lot of your subscribers and then follow that. Just do that thing over and over again and you'll build a community quick.
Yeah, and that's true. Just like you said, when I was on Long Live while they were having their giveaway party, I just hung out. And next thing you know, I got 5 or 7 subscribers.
Yeah. Now it's different. And Tiger, you've had the opposite too. You've had big channel Yankee. And we love Yankee stacking but he's done the rig stuff and he's called you out a number of times. And what happens when he really calls you out? You get 200 subscribers,
True.
right? And how do you build those relationships? You have to be in other people's channels. You have to grow who you are in those channels. So if you only go into 1 or 2 channels and you're not growing, maybe you're not really out there enough. Expand into the community, get to know more people in the community. And that's one thing. Yeah, I see Tiger in a lot of different channels. I'm in a lot of different channels, not near as many as I used to be. But establishing, hey, you want to ask questions? Let me know. I'd go find it for him. I'd take it back to him. I just became a person that was synonymous with, hey, if you have a question, ask Frosty. Yeah, Coin Crew helped me right at the get-go, right? They really brought me into the community. And it's like, here, sit in here, listen to what's going on, things of that nature. They were right there guiding me. And when I found my direction, obviously I had to navigate through that direction, right? I had to follow that path. And you're finding this community that it's not that you navigate away from people, but you navigate into your focus. And a lot of people take that and mistake that for what that is. I'm not focusing on everybody else right now. I'm focusing on my viewers' interests. That's what Tiger's doing right now, focusing on his viewers' interests. What do you guys want? You guys are the paying members. What do you want to see on the channel? That's valuable insight to a content creator. And so, yeah, get out there, but ask those questions. Oh man, Tiger and I have helped each other in more ways than you can count. There are people in this chat who have been moderators in both mine and his, active in both mine and his, also active in other channels that have helped grow us. It's community, and I said that earlier. When you find your community, they're loyal to you. But moderators are huge, absolutely huge. Your constant core membership is huge.
It is.
And when Tiger says, "Hey, we need to do a members only for my channel. Would you mind coming up?" I'm like, "No, that's exactly what you need to engage in." My suggestion, and matter of fact, why don't we ask them one for yes, two for no? Would you like to have a medium where you could dial in like Teams or Zoom or um, the one that Surfer was using the other day?
Google Meet.
Google Meet. Hey, see you later, Daryl. Take care. Have a good one.
For coming, Daryl. Appreciate you a lot.
If you guys would be interested in joining in that fashion where we can actually talk to each other, you don't have to show your camera, just talk to each other, actual verbal, let us know. We can set something like that up. I can help Tiger build that construct and do that for you guys. What do you need, right? I'm here as a technical support person. This is what I do for Tiger. It's not how we met, but it's how our relationship grew. Because I was just like, hey, he really wants to grow. He needs help. And I talked to him the first time. He's like, oh man, can you help me? I'm like, absolutely. Right. So it worked out really well. Yeah. Like a community open mic, kind of like, even like a Discord channel. A Discord channel might be a good option, Tiger. They're free. You can set up a server. I have a server you could pair off of, or you could create your own server. You can link servers together. So it could be a lot of fun. There's a lot of YouTubers who use Discords to discuss topics. It's also a good way to build your channel. So yeah, is that something that you'd be interested in? If you need help, Tiger, I can do it.
I know.
But we can get you all set up, and then it's basically just click here, do this, and do that. You can do that.
Yeah.
If the community is interested in this, put a 1. If that's not something you really would like to be interested in, then push 2.
Well, that's a good point. I have a brother-in-law that's just really, really amazing. He if you notice the new short that he did, I did it in its raw form on my phone, set it up there, and he just made it go. So I've dealt a little bit with Google Meet when I had to do medical conferences, and a little bit with Zoom for the same reason. To me, Google Meet and Zoom are kind of like the same thing. So
They're the same construct, but they operate differently. Google Meet is a little bit more complex, but it's a lot more reliable. Zoom has some connectivity issues periodically, but it's easy to use. So it just kind of depends on what you want to do. They
Oh,
both have their advantages.
okay. Maybe we can talk about which one to make available.
Yeah, and looking at here, the people that have answered all said one. So
Yeah. So for those of you who know these formats better than I do, Zoom, Google Meet, put in there what you would like to see. No guarantee that that'll be the one we do, because me and my wonderful technology skills might find myself having a challenge and end up going somewhere else. As an example, I'm still using StreamYard. I was planning on getting rid of StreamYard, but then they improved some of their technology to allow me to do a vertical and a horizontal simultaneous stream for a whole lot less hassle than what Frosty was doing with OBS. He showed me his setup, and the dude goes through approximately a half an hour of pre-setup before he goes live and does a vertical horizontal, where StreamYard made it simple, simple for dummies. And it's the only reason I didn't switch over to Restream yet. Figure I'll give StreamYard one more year, see if they are going to be, continue to be a problem. And if that's the case, I'll try Restream. But I still want to try OBS and see what I can do with that. Because I think that's the format that Yankee uses and Stormy used to use when he was doing his auctions.
the problem with OBS is you can only connect to one user.
Okay.
You can't connect to multiples. When I connect to my streams, I'm actually having you in a separate window, and then I'm calling that window from OBS. So it's not OBS that I'm using to do the connection. It's StreamYard or Restream or Zoom or whatever.
Okay.
So in this particular case, you still have to set up Google Meet or Zoom or something like that. So OBS by itself won't resolve that issue. You have to have the platform.
Okay.
So again, Larry Singh, that's exactly my thought. We're familiar with their general structure because of YouTube. So we already know their setup. So Google Meet's probably the best one. And it's a little more complicated up front, but it's easy for the end user.
Just because Google has Google Meet and Google has YouTube.
Well, yeah, I mean, Google is, yeah, the parent company of all of them. And so they have a much better backbone. They're more reliable. If you're going to access tools, seriously, how many tech companies are better than Google at this point?
Okay.
Um, plus, if you want to do information searches, things like that, there are windows in which you can pull up the Google Chat and dial straight into the browser. So there's a lot of great things that are apparent in Google Meet.
Is that going to be analogous to the fact that I have a MacBook, Apple laptop computer, and my phone is an Apple phone, and they kind of like know what each other's doing? I'll get done partially watching something on one of the two devices, go off, and I'll get on the other device, and it knows exactly what I was watching and where I left off.
Well, yeah, because you're watching it through an account, not through the device. You're just using the device to view the account.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a lot of people get that wrong. And so um, it's not that it's smart. It's just that that computer knows that that is the place where you were left off because the app told it was. So it's not the devices know each other. Now you can connect to them easier. The pairing is easier. You look at taking something from your phone and just casting it to your TV. They're basically quick connects anymore these days. So there are advantages to technology, but you don't have to become overly complicated. A lot of people think just because I know tech, I make things really complex. I have said that if I were to do this over again, I would not use OBS because, like StreamYard, the changes that they've made, uh, I'm 90% done by using StreamYard now. That was not the case before.
Okay.
So being overly complex isn't always a have to, right? So I think that if you stuck with StreamYard and then just utilized Google Meet, all of your needs as a content provider for connectivity to your audience is met.
Okay.
So uh, keep it simple. KISS, right? The KISS, keep it simple, stupid. That whole analogy just it plays right here. And it's if you're looking at smart strategies and smart goals, it's easy. There's not one platform that does it all, so you need two. So you're at your minimum break. So all right, 9 for 9. Have a good one. We're
I'm
going to be
fine.
ending soon anyway.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you. And thank you for all the memberships you just gave everyone. Thank you.
You're a stud, 9 for 9.
Okay, well, it sounds like Google Meet might be the better option. Okay, so what I have here is prepping videos, more videos with Lynette, best place to sell your stacks. Um, let's see here, base solar, uh, medical pack, which is a little bit more on the prepping instead of the stacking. Is there any other topics you all want covered?
I think those are all the ones I've seen.
Okay.
I'm trying to look back and I don't see anything else that is.
One more suggestion. Okay, hey, I'm all ears. How about dun dun dun
Drum roll, please.
dun 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 dun. Alternate trades. I don't think YouTube will really enjoy me talking about the first of those. If we discuss if silver will be silver when price goes up.
If you talk about the pew pew type thing, you have to create basically like code words. At the beginning of the chat, you're going to have to indicate if this is said, that's what's meant. Because you have to have a logical one or YouTube will pull certain things. They're really getting snooty about that. So you've got to be careful talking about the first one, but the other ones are cool.
Okay. I don't deal a lot in jewelry and watches. You know, the only two options I've got.
I like that, Space Miner.
What's that?
Talking about Tic Tacs.
Okay. So basically, I could try getting Chevelle to give me a video about watches and all that. The problem is she'll agree to doing a video, and then when I go down there, she'll tell me she's too busy. That's the biggest reason why I don't get a whole lot more Chevelle videos. It's frustrating because the lady's incredibly intelligent. So, I'd love to be able to give you more videos at her shop. I go down there a good bit. So, sometimes I just go down there just to hang out. But I'll ask. The only other thing I can maybe think of, Space Miner, is if you're willing to come up and do, a video or a live stream with me. So if that's something that you might want to consider for the future, because my idea of jewelry is, if it's for me, it's basic. A wedding ring, a watch, things like that. If it's not for me, then it's about the wife. And that for me is the big reason I ended up buying osmium, because I wanted to buy pretty things for her ears. So the only other osmium I'm interested in buying is a matching one that will be a necklace that will match the earrings. So, if you're an expert in the area of watches and jewelry, maybe we can do a collaborative effort, and see what we can do for everyone in the community, see what they think. Okay, well, PCGS will always have their collectors and their price guide. The highest grade coins will auction for more than bare. They will adjust to higher base metal prices. I haven't done a whole lot with PCGS. I've looked into it for a totally different reason. But I don't want to talk about the reason because I haven't done the video. And I haven't had any success talking to anyone about PCGS and grading. And Chevella doesn't do any grant. She used to send off for PCGS and NGC many years ago, and then she stopped. So, did I see what you said? Okay, did I see what you said? Let's see here. I'm assuming if we discuss if silver will be silver when price goes up. That would be an interesting question, meaning won't matter if it's a round or a semi-numi.
Well, we've already seen situations where semi-numismatics, aka, or I should say semi-numismatics, I should say like junk silver or constitutional, whatever. There have been situations where it does matter. So it depends on exit strategy. So there's things. One of the things that we'll kind of talk about, and this is just to keep it loose because we don't want to go into too many topics on this, primarily because it's one of the major facets that I'm going to be talking about in 26, is that what you collect, why you collect, how you stack, what you stack does matter. But it matters based off of your network and your exit strategies. So if you don't develop your exit strategy, then you're very limited based off of what that item is. So without going too much further into it, we can break that down more because there's a lot of misconceptions about that. Would that help? Because again, meaning it doesn't matter, it does matter. And I'm just not sure if I'm following what you're saying there. What's up, Jack?
If you want to make it a little more correct or a little more exact, you're welcome to hit the pin, come up on stage, and verbally say what you want, so it makes it a little more clear than just the typed message.
Yeah, and it's hard to understand intent in a couple lines.
That's true. It's true.
Trust me, I take it wrong all the time.
I hadn't noticed.
Oh, I write it wrong too, so.
I hadn't noticed.
Oh, too much.
We won't talk about that.
No, we don't need to do that.
No, thank God I had the puppy show me love on that day.
Friends have disagreements. It is what it is.
Disagreements can't be a disagreement when you don't even know what the hell the topic is.
Limited characters, limited context. I like that. Yeah, that's one of the problems with X is you limit yourself so much. You have the inability to fully articulate sometimes. Sometimes less is more, but not always. Well, Tiger, I'm about my time. I'm going to have to wrap up here shortly.
Me too. I don't know if you heard it, but I got yawning going on. So I got some ideas. I want to do this preferably once a week, where it's meetings for members. So if you like that, please feel free to let me know. Hey, Jack Stacker, I didn't see you here until now. So let me know. I'm going to try to do this every week. Next week, I'm going to be recovering from surgery. So hopefully, I won't be zoned out from healing. And if I am, I'll make it maybe a shorter meeting. So we'll go from there. I've said everything I need to say. How about you?
I want to answer AAs before we go. In 2011, didn't we see that no matter what type of silver it was, it all sold for roughly the same price? It was a different time. There were different sanctions. There were different requirements for doing that. Now, one thing about silver going up in good times, yes, it's easy, right? And so when it's going up and up and up and up and up, then absolutely, it's going to be easy to sell. It's going to be easy to turn that over. It's going to be easy to look at what's being done and saying, hey, yeah, everything matters. But it's not the good times that we discuss. We're in good times now. What we need to discuss is what happens when it goes south. And so, yeah, we can talk about all those things. And I'll be honest with you, talking about those particular things is what most of those FOMO channels are and one of those AI channels are. They just tell you about why everything's good and why you should do it. They don't tell you about all the concerns or the things you need to look out for. They don't tell you all the ways in which that thing can fail. So I think it's more important for a community to discuss and prepare for those things that can go wrong. What you can do to, one, notice them. Number two, do something about them. And if not, exit strategy. Those are the three kind of pillars for what you need to look at. If you have those and you know those, then you can maintain them, but you can start focusing on, hey, are we in a good time? Are we going up or are we going down? If we're going down, I need to increase my plans. If we're going up, I need to increase my stack. And so the time does matter, but it's the strategy in that time that matters. Things are up and down right now. We should be really putting money into the reserve, not talking about how much we can sell it for at the peak. We need to look forward. Last thing I'll say, one of the greatest pieces of wisdom came out of somebody I didn't expect, in the fashion in which it was said, not the person who said it, but in the fashion it was said. And talking about dynasties, the Chinese think in 1,000-year terms when we think about 5 or 10. So think about what happens when. If you think about outside of myself, think about what happens when, then you become a good stacker. Then you become a good investor. Then you become good because you're no longer thinking about self, you're thinking about what happens after. And that strategy sets up that dynasty. That strategy sets up that son, that daughter, that brother, that father-in-law, your grandkids, whatever that might be. So yes, we can talk about those, but the time calls for the other. We have to start talking about the other right now.
Makes sense. So I want to thank you all for all the well wishes for the upcoming surgery. I will tell you that earlier before the live stream, I talked to the priest to make sure that I'm going to be able to see him for confession, communion, and getting a blessing prior to the surgery, because I am not leaving the wife, and I am going to get involved with my grandchildren, and I'm not leaving all of you. So I just wanted to let you all know that. Okay, and if I'm happen to be wrong, and God calls me home, please keep stacking, keep protecting your family, keep staying close to Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior, and let Him stack you. I'm not worried about dying. I'm not scared of dying. I'm scared of leaving my wife. So I want you to all keep that in mind. But I'm coming back. I gotta get this guy. He picks on me way too much, and I have lots of get backs.
Hey, fingers are meant to pick on the noses of the world.
Yeah, but when you pick it, you flick it.
All right, bud. Well, hey,
Okay.
wishing you the best on the holiday. You're getting surgeries on the 7th, so you have your Christmas holiday that day. So again, prayers and wishes to you. And again, have your wife contact me should you need anything.
I will. I will. So I want to thank you all for coming. Hopefully we'll do this a lot more often. Thank you, Frosty, for helping me, especially with all the tech stuff. And, I'll see you all later. Let's just get the outro going, and good night, everyone.
Come and join the stream. Gold and silver lovers chasing precious dreams. Collectors, stackers, gather round. History in your hand. Old and timeless treasures from every distant land. We are many, we are strong. In this journey we belong. From the past the stories shine. Gold and silver, yours and mine. Coins and relics, tales untold, whispers from the past. Legends live in ancient gold, memories that last. Through the ages we unite, shining side by side. Silver gleams and golden nights, a never-ending pride. We are many, we are strong. In this journey we belong. From the past the stories shine. Gold and silver, yours and mine. Coins and relics, tales untold, whispers from the past. Legends live in ancient gold, memories that last. Through the ages we unite, shining side by side. Silver gleams and gold ignites, a never-ending pride. We are many, we are strong. In this journey we belong. From the past the stories shine. Gold and silver, yours and mine. We are many, we are strong. In this journey we belong. From the past the stories shine. Gold and silver, yours and mine. Gold and silver, yours and mine. Coins and relics, tales untold, whispers from the past. Legends live in ancient gold, memories that last. Through the ages we unite, shining side by side. Silver gleams and gold ignites, a never-ending pride. We are many, we are strong. In this journey we belong. From the past the stories shine. Gold and silver, yours and mine. Through the ages we unite, shining side by side. Silver gleams and gold ignites, a never-ending pride. A never-ending pride. We are many, we are strong. In this journey we belong. From the past the stories shine. Gold and silver, yours and mine. Gold and silver, yours and mine. Through the gleams and gold ignites, a never-ending pride.